Hello. This video is about a well-developed character. If you want to work on your characterization, I suggest you think more in depth about who your character is. Let your character speak to you, and consider going back to the lesson that we did a couple of weeks ago about steel, about the 5 ways of adding indirect characterization to your text, and think about how you can add that indirect characterization. I'm going to read a chunk of text from my story and then talk about how the character is developed. This is from the middle of the story. 13, my 13th birthday to be exact, May 15th. I'm wearing purple, my favorite color from head to toe. My hair is pulled back, half back in a tight bun, 2 braids falling down my shoulders. So here we've got that looks piece. We've got age, we've got looks. This is direct characterization. We are being told what the character is like. "We are late," my mother yells as I jump down the stairs, skipping every other step. My purple backpack slaps against my back as I hit the floor. "No, we're not," I say breathlessly, racing outside. Then I holler at my mother, who is locking the huge oak door as I jump into the Volvo. "The late bell rings at 7:45. As she slips into the driver's seat, she calmly says, "I know, but you told me last night you had to be at the debate meeting before school, remember?" She starts the car, twists around, holding onto my seat so she can see behind her as she backs out of the driveway. Her neck muscles stretch with her head as she checks both ways. So right here, you have some description of the character, or some indirect characterization of the main character. She's hollering at her mom. She's breathless. She's not worried. She doesn't think that her mom's stress about her time is all that important. She was beautiful. "God, Mom, it's fine," my 13-year-old self responds, quite a bit of bite in my tone. "She is actually the worst," I say in my mind. Or at least I probably did. I said it to her out loud all the time. So right here we have a ton of characterization through what she says, and through her thoughts. We also then have the way that her mom interacts with her after that. So we have her effect on others too. "Why do you tell me about your meetings if you don't actually want me to care? I don't need to feel rushed, Katie. You told me you had a meeting. I'm trying to get out the door on time for your meeting. Don't sass me when you're the one who needed to get out early. I'm trying to balance all your stuff and mine, but since your father left, She trails off. Mom has a way of trying to make me feel awful without ever raising her voice. So again, we have her effect on others. We have what she says. We have what she thinks. We're building this 13-year-old character. Now, the way that this story works, though, it flashes back and forth from present day, when she's sitting on the steps of her house, and the past, when her mother dies in a car accident. So what's important to remember is that I'm developing a character as a 13-year-old and as a 35-year-old. So if your character does something similar, you have to make sure that you develop both sets of that character. Use that STEEL acronym. What do they say? What do they think? How do they look? What's their effect on others? What do other people think of them? There are many ways to build your character. The key thing is that you need to know the character first before you can build them in the text. So if your character is undeveloped, maybe you need to spend more time thinking about who your character is and how you can show the reader what your character is really like throughout the course of the story. Thank you, and keep moving forward.